What's up, YouTube? Adam Grover coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to talk about, it's backwards, but Dragy. Little black box. It's got a light on it. Flashes blue when it's connected. Flashes red when it's dying or low on battery. Has a magnetic bottom. So you can stick it in your car. They actually come with little, it's got like a stick-on backing, and you can put it on your dash and screw it down, and just a little metal holder basically for the Dragy to go on if you want it. My truck has that on the dash. The other cars I never put it in because they usually have metal somewhere in the interior where I can just stick it to. In the wagon, the top little beam that runs across the windshield, interior molding, it just sticks right to the top because that's metal on that. It's got a charging port on it, and I'm going to take you guys inside of it, basically, on the app, and show you guys what it looks like. So you need a smartphone for this, or I guess you could probably use a tablet if you download the app. But it works off a GPS. You have an app that goes on your phone. You open the app, and it brings you to a screen, and you connect it and all that good fun stuff. So you gotta have Bluetooth on your phone because this works via Bluetooth, and it connects to the satellite, and that's how it knows pretty much everything it needs to know. So let's get in on that. Alright, so this is the Dragy app. That's what it looks like before you connect to anything. They have a leaderboard. They have a feed. I never really mess with any of this stuff. And then you can click your profile. You got videos, which I don't think I have any. You can select your units. I have mine set for 1/8 mile NHRA rules, 1/4 mile NHRA rules. You can change the temperature to Celsius, all that good stuff. Let's see, you got history. So these are like your runs. You can see I have 206 1/8 mile runs, 1/4 mile. I actually have more than that because you can adjust this to save what runs you want it to save. So like if you don't want to see what a 20-second, you want to see what a 20-second car runs, but you don't feel like saving the slip, you can do that. So let's see. There you go. You can filter stuff. This is a leaderboard, 1/4 mile, 1390. Not sure what that was for. Probably my truck, most likely. Favorite. Not sure what that is. There's still a bunch of stuff. I use it just as a Dragy. I don't really use it for anything other than that. So let's go to what you guys care about most. We're going to connect to the Dragy itself. The Dragy is now on, and now it has to connect to the satellite. So we gotta wait for it to load the data. Almost there. There it goes. So right now we have low satellite connection. Might have to close it and restart it. There it goes. Connected. Boom. So it tells you the temperature outside, 70 degrees Fahrenheit in the top left corner. Then you have elevation, 240 feet, 245 feet. Then your DA, 1,291 feet. You can take a video. As you can see what's in front of me. Flip the camera around. Flip it backwards. Wow, it's trippy. Never really mess with this. There we go. So that's what it looks like. You know, if you were to take a video of your car or whatever. I don't know what's going on here, but alright, let's see. There we go. And then we're going to exit this. So there's that. Sorry for flipping you guys all around, but you can take a video with it, record your slip. Every time I make a pass, I click the reset button. That little where it says reset, that's actually a button. Your slip will pop up in this little white section underneath where it has like the little blue tablet looking thing and a clock with the plus sign next to it. I wish I had a pointer on this screen to show you guys, but it tells you your battery life, all that good fun stuff, you know, your connections and everything in the right hand corner underneath the DA. But this is where you would go to make a pass. I don't know if it'll register. Oh yeah, it does. Right now I'm just winging it with my hand. But you can see it tells you how many feet you're going. Mile an hour. And then it'll count. So let's walk it. It's not really registering because I'm walking. I'm also in the garage, so that's probably... And it's raining out. But I think you guys get the idea of how it works. So now we're going to go into a slip. Let's see. Go to history, quarter mile. And these are all my quarter mile runs. And this is the latest one for the wagon. Gives you a little valid thing in the top right corner. It gives you G-forces. It can give you 0 to 60 time. You can do a bunch of different things with this. 60 to 130 mile an hour, all that. I have mine set up like a actual slip for like a, you know, like you're going to the track. So it tells me 60 foot, 330, 8th mile, 1,000 foot, and the quarter mile time in mile an hour. It tells you the distance, 1,320 feet. It tells you the quarter mile time, 1,555. It tells you the slope, negative 94 degrees. Now, the only problem I've had with the slope, I don't know how accurate that is. I've made passes on the same street, and I've had it come up invalid with more slope. So I don't know if I was pulled up a little bit more and where I took off was a different type of slope or what the deal was with that. But that's one thing I'm kind of not too sure on the accuracy. Everything else is pretty spot on. The 60 foot is a little bit slower usually on the Dragy than it would be at the track because you don't have rollout with a Dragy. It counts as soon as it feels any type of G-force or movement. As soon as it sees the car move an inch, basically, it starts to basically count. But you can see it tells you the acceleration, G-force, it tells you the speed, it tells you the height, all that good stuff with a little graph. Tells you how fast it took me to get to 60 mile an hour, 7.38 seconds. It's a very cool tool. It's exactly that, a tool. However, they are accurate. This is something that you could go off of and go to the track and should be able to back this up almost to the T. So far, I haven't seen one be far off. I mean, I've seen guys that use these Dragys at the track and they show the slip that was printed out by the racetrack and hold the phone next to it, and the slips are, I'm talking thousandths of a second. I want to say 2 thousandths of a second was the widest spread I've seen. So if you want to be petty, I guess you could say that the Dragy is off by 2 thousandths of a second. Um, but I mean, 2 thousandths of a second to me is highly accurate information. I mean, mile an hour is there. All that stuff is pretty spot on, and you can go off of this. If you want to just test something out, you make a change. You don't have to necessarily go to the track. So they're about $160 online. Depending where you buy it from. I think one spot had them for $153. I think there's 2 different versions of them out now. Mine's an older one. And as you can see, it's still connected and it's blinking. There it goes. So that's the blue LED light that it has. And like I said, when it dies, it'll turn red. And that'll blink the whole time. That's one thing I don't care for about it. I usually tuck it under the visor in the wagon and tuck the visor against it so I can't see the light flashing. At night it is bright. Like, that light will light the whole car up inside. So be prepared if you buy one, if you don't already own one, and you use it. It is a cool tool. It's actually one of the favorite tools I have for racing, because it tells you so much information. One comment on here, a guy left. He asked me if I had a weather station. Asked how I knew the DA. That's how I know the DA. That's how I know the temperature outside, the DA during that slip. It gives you a lot of data that a drag racer would want and needs. And it's going to be the best $160 you spend if you're into this stuff. I mean, it is a cool thing to have. And I can't stress that enough. I love that thing. I use it. I know how fast a bone stock V6, or straight 6, I should say, wagon runs. Fairmont wagon. They go like 19s because of that. I dragied my lawnmower. I have a 0 turn. I dragied it. Like, it's a cool tool to have. It's something definitely I would invest in. Obviously, 110%. I think my girl got me this, if I remember right. Although I'm not 100% sure. I think she bought it for me for birthday or Christmas gift or something. Yeah, as a Christmas gift, actually, now that I think about it. But it's something that I did want, and I just never bought it, and she bought it for me. And when that one does finally take a crap, I will buy another one. Like, no doubt about it. It'll be something that I definitely want to have and keep. So that pretty much sums up the Dragy. It's a cool tool. It's good to have. I can't say it enough. If you don't have one, get one. I'm not sponsored by them. So this isn't like a video where it's like, oh, he's just saying that because, I don't have any sponsors. So if I tell you guys something's good, it's from my experience that it's good. If I tell you something's bad, it's from my experience that it's bad. So this is definitely 2 thumbs up, 2 thumb toes up, 5 stars. Sometimes a little bit of a pain if you don't have good service or you're out in the middle of nowhere. The best thing to do is connect it before you're out in the middle of nowhere, because you can drive with it on. It'll tell you the mile an hour as you're cruising, all that stuff. The app will also tell you, quarter mile time, 1/8 mile. It'll tell you when you hit those points in the race or pass. It's a cool little thing. It's got a lot of features. I mean, it's basically a G-Tech on crack, if you remember what a G-Tech was back in the day. These are probably better than a G-Tech was. And some of them things were wildly accurate even for their time. They were top of the line. I remember a buddy of ours had one brand new back in like the 90s or early 2000s. He was making passes with the car, had us in the car, and the car was going like 13s or something. And then me and my dad hopped out, and the car went 12s. And he goes, "There it is, went 12s." So, but the Dragy, can't tell you enough how good of a little tool it is. It's definitely worth investing into, guys. So that's pretty much it. Um, Now it's up to you to get one if you don't already have one. Just be careful using it. You know, it's easy to get in trouble with. So just be safe. Go to a secure location. Don't be dumb with it. Don't be irresponsible with it. You know, make sure that you guys are being as safe as you can playing with it. I can't control what you do, but I would never want to be at fault for somebody getting hurt or, doing something because they see me do it in a video or because I do it. So, that being said, you know, just be safe and have fun and enjoy it and play with it. It's definitely a cool little thing with a lot of features to play around with, and I think you guys will really enjoy it if you never mess with one. So if you got $200 laying around, 160 plus whatever, maybe shipping. I think Amazon has them, so shipping might be free if you got Prime or something, or anything over $30, free, whatever. But Amazon has them, eBay. You can Google Dragy; they'll pop up all over the place. Just buy it from a place that has it's reputable. Don't buy it from Temu or something like that. So that's the best information I can give you. And like I said, have fun, be safe, and enjoy it, and play with it. All right. So that being said, till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, like, subscribe if you're not already, and catch you guys around. Thanks again.